This video is brought to you by Direct Music Service. Check out the description or the pinned comment below for discount codes. Greetings, knowledge seekers. So there was an interesting thing that happened at one of the seminars at DJ Expo. It was a social media seminar that was hosted by Tweak Music Tips. And on the panel, they had Nick Spinelli, they had Rachel Lynch, and they had Cleveland Terry, as well as DJ Kova from Tweak Music Tips. Nick, Rachel, and Cleveland are pretty prominent YouTubers, and Kova has really done well for Tweak Music Tips as a Twitch talk show for DJs. Now, there was this thing at the panel that happened that I think would be interesting to bring up, but I'll show you guys first what happened.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on outbound growth hacking to actually grow an audience.
What's that mean?
When I come down to my booth later, I can teach you.
Wow.
Alrighty. So moving on.
Yikes.
No, follow back is bullshit. Don't ever do that. No, don't do that. Everyone hates you for that.
I'm going to disagree a little bit.
No, that's scamming. You're literally scamming people.
Not everyone's Nick Spinelli.
You know, dude, just put out good shit that's valuable. Don't follow me so I can follow you back. That's bullshit. I hate that. I hate when people ask to, can you follow me back?
Wow. So a lot to unpack here. Number one, I feel that Nick is correct. So to my understanding, guy they labeled the panel crasher, well, maybe he meant well, and I want to say that he meant well, but he might be going in the wrong direction. And he brought up that he uses outbound growth hacking, which is a fancy term for follow for follow. Follow for follow is I follow you, you follow me. It happens on social media. And Nick pointed out correctly that you shouldn't do that. It's scammy. But here's a bigger thing about that. It's not only scammy to the people that you're following or you're inviting, it's even scammy to yourself. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why it's a bad practice to do. When you do follow for follow, you inflate your social media with a lot of people who might not be interested in your content. In turn, when you produce content and people you follow for followed, they start watching it, or they decide not to watch it because they're not really interested in it. The algorithm, whatever social media you're on, the algorithm does not work well for you. And when you post a video and your followers don't watch it, YouTube starts downtrending it. YouTube only uptrends your video when your few followers that they showed it to, oh wow, found it interesting. So when you're doing follow for follow, you are screwing yourself over. So do not, I'm not even saying this as I suggest you shouldn't do it, but if we have a difference of opinion, no, for your well-being, if you're going to be a content creator, do not do that. And I can tell that the way this gentleman carried himself is he's doing this follow for follow thing, even with his shameless plug. It's like, hey, I'm only bringing up this topic at your seminar so I can invite everyone here to come to my seminar. It's really cringy and it's kind of unethical. It reminds me when DJs at a club invite other DJs to their event knowing that they're working on that same night, or when DJs only support other DJs because they're expecting to be supported back. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And you know who these guys are. They'll be on social media posting about their friends and family don't support them, or they start posting these semi-delusional memes where they're like, you only support me now because I'm going somewhere. But really they're not. Look, folks, don't depend on your friends, your family, or your peers who are making a living. You're trying to take away from them. Create your own lane, whether it's content creation or you're providing a service or a performance. If you're actually creating something, you don't need to trade followers. You will gain them no matter what. I started my YouTube channel in 2009. I actively posted, but it didn't take off till 2017. What I never did follow for follow. If you're doing something interesting, people will find out. You can start a YouTube channel with an experienced content creator and start at 0 subscribers. And if a person knows how to get to 100,000, they'll get that going to 10,000 subscribers in no time. I would say in under a year, a person who has the experience to take it to 100K can take one from 0 to 10,000 in under a year. Because despite all its flaws, the algorithm rewards you for simply just having good and interesting content. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have now. The algorithm works to take interesting content and throw it out there to people. And the way this gentleman carried himself, it's the type of attitude that a lot of people kind of cringe when it comes to DJs. It's that used car salesman, listen to my mixtape, I'm better than your resident DJ type of person. If what you're doing is not taken off, it's because you haven't provided something of value to others yet. That's where the creativity, the artistry comes in. I don't care if you're a streamer, content creator, mobile DJ, club DJ, festival DJ, music producer, all of it. You have to provide a value. And this guy said something else, and this is one of those things where I'm just like, oh my gosh. He said, not everyone is Nick Spinelli.
Scamming people.
Not everyone's Nick Spinelli.
Whenever I hear somebody say something like that, it's like they're dismissing the hard work it took to get to where they are. So in a weird way, and I don't think he intended it this way, but to me, I hear that as, I'm not willing to do the same amount of hard work as you did, Nick. And the other side to it is he could be dismissing it as, well, what came easy to you, Nick, it doesn't come easy to everybody else. And what Nick does, Nick is a live stream podcast on YouTube. You notice how I always have to cut edit all my videos, zoom, wide, because I can't speak more than one sentence at a time, and I tend to stumble my words when I see that little red recording light on. So everyone on that panel, and I'm going to throw myself in the circle, we all are under 100K subscribers on YouTube. That means we put in more hours of work than any rational person would do for our channel for it to be so far considered financially profitable. Now, for now, I'm only talking about ad revenue, direct ad revenue from monetized videos. This guy is saying, not everyone's Nick Spinelli. You know, Nick, it wasn't that long ago when he was under 10,000 subscribers. I think when I first saw Nick was only 2 years ago, and he was around maybe 8,000, 9,000 subscribers. I'm going to make a really bold statement, but I think Nick, in the past year, is the fastest growing DJ YouTuber under 100K. And he did it with a topic that there's hundreds of channels that cover it, but he did it in his own way. So this individual coming in, trying to school him on how to grow a channel, it's kind of like if you ask yourself, would you really listen to a person like that? He's encouraging you to trade followers so you can inflate that number count. Because let's face it, whether we agree with it or not, people out there use their follower, their subscriber count as social currency. But they think that number is all it takes. No, there's more to that number. Your engagement is important. How much you're trending is important. And one last thing, not everyone is Nick. That's what he said. You're right. No one should be. Be an individual, be you. Don't try to formalize it or fake your growth. You want to network well? Show genuine interest in what others are doing. If you're not interested in something, you have no business being there. Support your DJ friends because you believe in what they do. And grow your followers on social media organically, because the people who genuinely find what you do interesting is what's going to give you real growth, not the fake growth, the real growth. And I'm really glad that the crowd reacted the way they did because they understood, kind of smelled it. They know what he was up to. All right, well, hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to me if you like this video and click that bell icon if you can. Really appreciate you for watching. Take care. The force is with you always.